So I saw X-Men Apocalypse. Hi everyone, I'm Brandon Prosick and this is the So I Saw Show, reviewing Fox's latest edition of X-Men. If you haven't seen my review show before, what I'd like to do is talk about the goods, talk about the bads, and give you my overall rating. If you're worried about spoilers, don't worry. In this review, I'm not going to be doing any spoilers, and that's simply because I don't think it's really warranted. I saw the initial reviews of this in the 50% Rotten Tomatoes region. Where is that coming from, guys? I mean, I understand that this movie's not perfect by any means, but to give it an F, like, come on. So I'm going to kick things off by talking about the good things about this film before moving on to the bads. Quicksilver, played by Evan Peters, his slow-mo, awesome action sequence. It's weird because it's very darkly comedic, and I thought it was a lot of fun. The effects were really cool on this. What else did I like about this movie? I liked the new young cast. I liked the young Jean, the young Cyclops, young Nightcrawler, and the young Storm. I think that I'm really going to enjoy where they go with these characters in future films. Characters like Cyclops and Storm and Nightcrawler were always kind of wasted in the previous movies. They were overshadowed by Wolverine. And I liked how in this movie they were given not the most time in the world, but more time. And hopefully that because they have this new generation of actors, in the next film, it can be all about them. Like, I usually don't like the Jean character. With Sophie Turner as Jean, I cared, and I actually liked seeing her and Cyclops' relation develop a little bit. Speaking of young cast, I like how they stuck with James McAvoy as Professor Xavier, Michael Fassbender as Magneto. I like this young cast. Like I said, I want to see more movies with these guys involved because they're just entertaining and they're cast really well and they're just good actors. I think one of the most notable performances of the movie is Michael Fassbender as Magneto. He has a lot of depth and he's one of the best villains in comics because you feel bad for all the things that have happened and you understand why he's doing what he's doing. I kind of liked it. I think he started out, he was ruthless. This is a very violent film. So let me just say that even though I am a huge X-Men fan, I'm not afraid to tell you that where some bad things happen in this movie. Which is going to lead me to jumping on over to the bad side of things. Number one bad thing is, even though I love all these characters, Bryan Singer, you jammed way too many in there. When you're getting closer to 20 characters, like, it's getting a bit much. When you have so many characters like that, it's just there's only so much screen time to go around. For example, Olivia Munn as Psylocke looked great, but she had maybe 4 lines. There's some characters that I think they can cut. For example, Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique. I love Jennifer Lawrence. I just don't love her as Mystique, and this really became apparent in this movie. If you really think about it, guys. I know there's some people who are gonna fight me on this, but really think about it. If you take her character out of this movie and give the couple things she does to someone else like Beast or someone, was she really needed? No, she wasn't. Some people may think this is a spoiler, but it's really not because they revealed this in the latest trailer. Yes, there is a brief scene where we have some Wolverine. Hugh Jackman returns as Wolverine. Guys, I grew up loving Wolverine. I remember in like first grade I was Wolverine in the yellow 90s costume for Halloween as a kid. I love Wolverine. I love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. But I've had enough of him. The scene in particular was totally shoehorned into the movie. It was not necessary at all. With Apocalypse being the villain and you see in all the trailers that the whole world is in danger, the stakes are so high that really the stakes are lowered because you know when all this is happening, you know the world's not going to be destroyed. And things are just going to go back to normal at the end of the day. Everything built up to the final action sequence, and then it just happens and you're like, oh, it was a fun enough movie to see in theaters. I think it deserves seeing it in theaters. Some of the actors did a good job. It was just a little bit too crammed. They tried to do a little bit too much. What am I going to give it for my overall rating? I'm going to kind of consolidate my number 2 and number 3 together, which is, well, I saw it once. I'd buy it on DVD for $10 or less. Comment below, we can discuss it together. You do me a big huge favor and hit the red button right below to subscribe to the Entertainment Buffet channel. We have lots of content coming your way, such as the video podcast movie Trailer Trash. Check out Charlie and Bethany talking about the Jason Bourne trailer. We also have our podcast, the Entertainment Buffet podcast, coming every other Tuesday, so subscribe on iTunes for that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. And now you saw the So I Saw Show.